took a nap, and it was wonderful. That was my day.
Well, that sounds lovely.
Oh, and evidently we're live right now. We're being recorded right now as we talk about it.
We been recorded?
I don't know. It's really up to the producers at which point they want to start this episode.
No, I honestly, Jared, think it's really up to you because
It
we are
is.
the ones on the front lines.
It's
We
us.
are the ones in the mix.
We
Start
determine
this
when
episode,
the show
Jared.
starts.
Start
Okay, we
it.
determine that. Okay, so let's now go to our people, the Critic Boxers, the crutch of our organization. We've been watching Common Side Effects, a fantastic animated series that has been on Adult Swim, hands down one of the best animated series imaginable. This could have just as easily have been live action, but it's wonderfully done in animation, so you get to do some more things. It's got great characters, great writing, it keeps you interested, great storylines, talks about the real issues, wonderfully done, and we've had some great comments from y'all throughout the series. And let me just go off on them, a couple of them, all right? Let's just start off. Alessandro Figuera.
Oh, we get to read them now? I get to read them now. You've
You
read
mean-
them. I haven't. So anyway.
Okay,
go.
I'll read the first one to you if you want to. Okay. Alessandro said, I hate all the choices Frances makes in this show, but holy God, if she isn't such a relatable, likable character. Hearing her say, but hey, at least I got this tiny little wallet, even without the animation, was pure gold. Yes, Alessandro.
Yes, Alessandro, yes. I actually read this one. I like this one. I may have read some of them ahead of time, but I just don't know which ones they've chosen for this. So what's new? Anyway, yes, Alessandro. Yes. I love that. I love that part too, where she was all like, oh, I got the wallet, and like all crazy and like just going like all panicked. Yes. 'Cause
Where she's like, I'm having a huge moral dilemma about all my choices, but at least I have money, and look at this little wallet. Isn't things great? Yeah, no, and how
retail
it's
therapy. That's what that's called.
retail therapy. Okay, Vicky Uche or Vicky Ook says, I will need a drink next episode with the way things are going. Hopefully Marshall can trust other people he helped. And we're right there with you, Vicky. Here's to another drink to
Vicky,
get
why
us
you-
through the stress of some of these episodes
gonna
because
toast
damn
some
it, I
water.
love Marshall and this is tea. I don't know what you're talking about. But Marshall has a lot of trust. Sometimes that has helped. Sometimes that is not.
Okay.
But he has left us with some cliffhangers. Needles in his neck. Deathbed.
No, Vicky, I just want you to clarify here. Who has he helped? Like the guy in the car accident? Like,
Yeah.
those people are kind of gone. Like, Francis's mother, she's dead. Like, anybody who he's helped really is not really a part of his life anymore. Like, he has to really depend on the goodwill of strangers at this point. And now he's dead.
Ish. We don't know for sure. You don't kill the titular character 3 episodes before the end.
Obvious.
But
Obvious.
yeah.
I'm
But
just
yeah,
saying,
no,
let's
but no,
talk about
he
it.
he
Who's
helped the guy. He helped the guy in the car wreck on the side of the highway, and now he's become like this figurative saint that everyone's trying to find out. Right? He helped the mom. Now the mom wanted to go climb some trees, and that didn't end well. But that wasn't on him. That was her decisions. She's having the time of her life. She got her mind back, and then she fell out of a tree. What's she gonna do? He helped that pigeon. That pigeon is gone on to help crack the human genome and find a cure for AIDS. So he's helping people.
Vicky, talk to me, please. Please.
Okay,
Moving on.
Licorice Lover RCSK says, you guys are awesome. Thanks for reviewing this show. Hope there's a season 2. You're right. We are awesome. That is 100% a great observation, and we do appreciate the reviews you're giving us about our reviews. And yeah, I hope there's a season 2, but at the same time, I'm also fine with there not being, so long as we get the wonderful story arc from this one season. I'm not one of those, I'm going to push a show to keep giving me more and more. If it's one and done, I can be completely satisfied with that too.
No, I need more than one season for this, I think. I need
Oh, yeah?
I need them to explore different drugs. I need this to be like the animated narrative version of a Netflix documentary, Drugs Inc. I need them to talk about meth and this mushroom and move on to like,
Let's talk
I
about
don't know,
meth, baby. Let's talk about you
like I
and
need
me.
that. I like the perspective of these writers so much
Yeah.
when it comes to this stuff. Like I just want to hear them talk about more regarding it, just to see where they go.
Yeah.
So
Just
I
like,
hope
hey,
there's,
what's the next one?
I hope there's more after this.
Because there's plenty to talk about in the pharmaceutical world, the dark, scary pharmaceutical world.
Yeah.
And Courier7 says, yeah, the government is such a little bee, honestly. That was Rick. That was a quote from Rick. And he says, I swear in episode 1, I thought I was going to dislike him and he'd be an irredeemable villain. But he, Rick, plays a crucial role, and we've seen instances that lead us to believe he is more lazy and or ignorant than malicious. Fair observation. And is just playing with the cards he's dealt by life, same as everyone else. It's like, yeah, he's a jerk, but he's our jerk, and he needs us as much as we need him. And that is Courier7. That is a solid observation of Rick.
That is a very solid observation.
That's any dude, any manager, like just dealing with life as they come, except he's playing at the top tier, and he knows he's playing at the top tier. But you put him as like a manager in a Foot Locker, he would be the exact same type of person.
Inept.
You know,
inept in a way.
Inept, but also successful at the same time.
Right, because he doesn't understand the technical things about getting tasks done, but he understands the finesse of overall arching parts and can talk a good game. And that's
he can manage a company. He's terrible with people. He's terrible with one-on-one relating to normal people, but man knows how to run facilitate a business.
No, Rick is terrible with relating to life, like not just people, like life in a grounded perspective.
And that's 100%, by the way, is Mike Judge, because you can absolutely hear, I want to say 80% of Hank Hill in the voice of Rick, which means it's Mike Judge. Like, if you listen to it, like, I'm hearing, like, whenever I hear it, I'm just like, that's 80% Hank Hill from The King of the Hill. He's like, damn it, you don't understand what I'm going through. Oh, great, it's my room service. They don't know what damn time to bring me my room service. You don't know the strengths I'm going through. Like,
yeah. And I love that they come up with those lines for him, because like they just don't understand how ridiculous it is, but it's still hilarious because it's just like, really? In that moment, that's what you're concerned about.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the giant problem that you're going through. Like, oh man, I'm so sorry. This long flight to Switzerland. Like, you poor thing, Rick. I feel for you.
Well, you can't leave my plane.
Right? Yeah. When Francis is going through literal moral, like, depredation
like life
right
and death
now.
Situations.
Yes. Yeah. And Rick's just like, oh, damn it, I gotta answer to the board. But shout out to everybody else who's commented on our reviews. I'm glad you like it. We're enjoying ourselves. We're enjoying the show, and we thank you for your positive feedback. We're having a great time down there in the comment section. I'm going to say one of the more polite comment sections on YouTube. All right, you can see a lot of other YouTube videos of, again, people that look like me, and that comment section is the 7 layers of hell. But in our Critic Box comment sections, it's fantastic, and everyone's having a great time.
You notice how I don't say anything about any of this because I believe in that evil eye stuff. So I'm gonna mind my business. Just thank y'all for being there. Where do we go next, Jared?
I know where we go next. We go to episode 8, entitled Amelia and Wyatt. Okay, just gotta get through this. Marshall C. Come on. Zippers on top. Zippers on top.
What? Wait. Oh.
The attendant's still outside. I gotta sign out your corpse.
Oh, my arms are so off or something.
Yeah, no shit. He took enough TTX to medically die.
Who is that?
Oh, that's Wyatt. Say hi, Wyatt.
Well, there is someone he saved. Vicky, you're right.
Don't know your
Right?
size.
I also forgot about the kid. Shrooms are great.
Is it just me? Or is there everything giving me like Westworld?
Yeah. I see
Horse
that.
just
I see that.
defecated. Some old railbirds say that's good luck.
I'll bet you 20 I can show you something that'll blow your mind before this race is over.
Ooh.
Start with this. Here's our mushroom man, Marshall Cuso. And here is his former lab partner and permanent friend-zone crush,
Hey, we don't know that.
Francis Applewhite, the assistant
Nailed
to
it.
Reutical Pharmaceutical CEO and generous BMW lender, Rick Kruger. Now, though, you see the first and the last horse over there? Both those horses are owned by Jonas Backstein.
Jonas the Wolf, the Swiss finance
The
guy?
wolf.
Jonas Backstein sits on the board of like 10 huge companies, including Reutical. Wouldn't it be interesting if Jonas Backstein and Cecily were connected?
Ooh.
Dude, you shouldn't have shown me this.
What if all we're doing is helping the champagne drinkers in the winner's circle wipe out all competition?
Do I get paid the same?
You saw that faux Trump in there, right?
You see that, right?
You saw that faux Trump. Okay, I saw that faux Trump in there. Yeah.
I saw
Let's go
that.
visit
You
Marshall.
saw that.
He's in jail. He's got time.
Okay.
Okay, I don't think that's smart. But I have a feeling you're gonna do it anyway.
Look, that was the best recap of this entire
He's in a
series.
little cage.
I really like how they did
Damn it,
that.
Francis.
well done.
That there is a
Very
woman
well
bunny,
done.
first
Cheers.
of all. Second, you know how this works. We test things. Little fuckers wouldn't even exist if we didn't need them. Now they're sitting in air conditioning, getting all the food pellets they can eat, and a carefully calibrated dose of the best medicine ever. Hell, I'd love to be one of these bunnies. How are they doing, Coco?
Kiki.
Wow. Who does that sound
It's
like?
a small sample size, but the initial animal tests
Hank
look
Hill?
good.
Good. I'm hanging my ass fully out for good.
We're having a little trouble scaling up. You know, growing the thing.
I know. I'm working on it. We're missing something, but I
I'm
can't.
telling you, the boys will be able to synthesize it. Boys and Kiki. If it's looking that good for these furry bastards, this is going to be Reutical's biggest product ever. My job's secure, we all get bonuses, and we help a hell of a lot of people. Win, win, win.
Oh,
Someone is calling for you from jail?
Marshall? Is it Marshall? Well, come on, put him through.
you got this, Francis.
Hello? Marshall?
Not Marshall. This is Huang.
Huang? Oh, you're his cellmate, right?
Yeah, it was.
Marshall told me that if anything bad happens, call you. And it seems like he hated you.
But I figured you'd want to know.
Huang, what happened?
Marshall's gone. He was real sick in our cell, they took him away, and he never came back.
So, wait.
Marshall Cuso is dead.
Dead? I've read about the barbarity of your American prison system. How sad to see the evidence firsthand.
The barbarity of the Mexican system. Oh, the animation shot was really
Sorry.
nice.
Hi. I got caught up in this thing at work.
No problem. Look, I know things have been rocky. We've been distant.
You still talking
Because
to him?
it's a special occasion.
Why is she
No,
still with
Nick,
him?
please don't. Please don't propose to me.
But babe, wait, listen. I know last time wasn't ideal, but let me try again.
No. This is not Nick. You are not a bad guy, but we are not right. I'm not happy.
Okay, yeah, no, I feel you, but like we can get through that.
This isn't gonna work.
Oh, Nick. I forget he exists, to be honest.
No, Jonas, you're not hearing me, man. This thing'll change everything, okay?
Reutical will not produce it. No one will. Shut down your project. Snuff it out. Eliminate all traces of it.
Shut it down? This is a slam dunk. Immediately our #1 seller. I mean, it could replace everything.
Exactly. It could replace everything. Every other drug that we make, every drug our competitors make, replaced. It would replace all the people that you employ, all the scientists, the researchers, even our sales reps, to say nothing of the doctors, the hospitals, the insurance people, all of them. Out of business.
Even
Well,
the
maybe
sales
they
reps.
should be out of business.
Here in America, you have to work for your health care. It's a good system. Dynamic.
It's not that popular.
The system that has taken such good care of you, it would crumble. Imagine it, Rick. Economies will collapse. Cartels will arise with their own grip on the mushroom, killing rivals. If this mushroom heals wounds, every fight is to the death. Wars will be unimaginably ferocious. We'd kill on a massive scale. Everything black and white. No in between. None of the shade that brings life, meaning.
He's not lying.
Richard, you let this go. You'll be rewarded. You needn't worry about this or anything else ever again.
Do it, Rick.
Does Rick have a conscience?
Oh my god.
Moral code?
Marshall?
Ah!
What the fuck? You're alive?
Yes, I'm alive. I'm sure it would be simpler for you if I weren't.
Are you okay?
Oh, suddenly you care how I am? I'm fine.
Wait, how did you get in here?
Yeah, I don't have to explain myself to you. If anyone here has to explain themselves, it's the one with the Reutical insulated water bottle. Okay.
Was he drawing on my wall?
Don't talk to my son.
Straight up.
Right?
I saved them for you.
Oh, how noble of you, considering they were mine to begin with.
Hey, I helped grow them.
Socrates did more than you. You don't even know, do you, how much more important
Shut
this
up!
tortoise is than you.
Okay, you were in jail. I thought you were dead. I wanted a plan.
Plan? I had a plan.
I took it to the experts who know what they're doing, and I'm going to help a lot of people.
Mm-hmm, sure. Including yourself, right? Nice suit, by the way. You really think Reutical would ever release something like this? You didn't just fool me, you fooled yourself.
Oh.
You know, I'm happy you got out. Huang thought you were dead.
I am dead. Consider me dead.
Oh, that's like the dad that's not mad, he's just disappointed.
Great.
Yeah, but I mean, come on, Francis, he deserves
The
that.
kid gave it away. I'm so bad.
Rick's going through some things right now. Yeah, been there.
Seriously, Jared? Have you been there?
You know, golf course, drinking in the morning, not caring about life,
Kiki,
hit by
I
the
realize
water
what
fountain.
we need. We're
It
going to
happens.
need a tortoise. Many tortoises.
Okay.
The plural of tortoises. Tortoise. What happened? Where is everything?
I got the email last night. Rick didn't tell you?
What? Tell me what? No.
We got a new data set from the test. Unacceptable mortality, I guess? They shut it all down.
Mortality? That's impossible. That's not how it works.
This came down from way above my pay grade. If they say we're done, we're done.
What? No. This isn't right. Hi. I need to talk to Rick.
Oh my god, don't we all?
Where the hell is he?
Quit, took a buyout, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. He carried his own stuff out, which was surprising.
Wait, what am I gonna do now? What's my job? Am I out?
Yeah, girl, that's how that works. That's how corporations work.
Oh yeah, we're all rushing to perform autopsies on inmates.
Oof.
Okay, wait a second. I remember this one. I know he was released to a funeral director.
Who's claiming his body that fast?
Why? Why'd you look at the camera?
Amelia?
Amelia Mushrooms?
I wish we hadn't poked into this.
I get it, yeah. Why entrust a gorgeous specimen like this to your half-brother Zane, a well-trained herpetologist?
Zane, you're not a trained herpetologist.
I love Zane.
I wish she would put on pants.
I wish he doesn't. Never change, Zane. Never change.
Hey,
I'm asking a nice
what I'm
thing.
doing to you? Okay, don't. Cool.
He's got the socks.
Do that
See?
shit, or...
You gotta stay warm.
This is all I've got right now. I don't have access
Okay.
to my accounts. And listen, I wasn't here. Do you understand? You never saw me. And you might never again.
Oh.
Huh.
And would you say that your work is causing undue stress?
Actually, I'm feeling quite happy. I had a few difficult situations at work, but I managed to resolve them all to my satisfaction.
That's good. And do you feel like if you were forced to scale back, that you have a good support system in place?
Oh, God.
Back? Why would I do that?
Mr. Backstein, We need to have a serious talk.
Uh-oh, suddenly he's gonna want those mushrooms. Come on. Come on, girl. Get in there.
Hey, Francis.
Rick? What the? Where have you been?
Want to be in business?
I think you're gonna like what we've done with the place.
Whoa. What? Oh shit.
Is that Hildy? Yep.
Hildy. Oh, Hildy! Okay, so, episode 8.
They softened it for us, and I thank them for that.
So, for one, let's just talk about how this episode doesn't end with Marshall dying, which is a good change. I mean, I feel like there are too many of these episodes ends with Marshall dying, and this one changes. Okay, so...
Yeah, but they all end with him in perilous danger, though. In some sort of perilous danger.
We don't know what Hildy's going to do yet. She doesn't have a gun to his head this time. She doesn't have a syringe in his neck. He's not in a body bag now.
But we do know that she wants those mushrooms. And
she wants damn shrooms.
Right, and is willing to do whatever to get it. So, I mean, he just got his turtle back. Like, give the dude a minute to breathe. No.
Right? Like, we need to make sure Socrates is fine. The Wolf's Penthouse gave me Succession vibes. Like, as soon as you walking up that staircase, it absolutely looked like Succession, penthouse, right? Okay, that's definitely what's there.
Ornate, old money-looking type place.
Like, you have a second-story condo penthouse in New York, that's money. Yeah. That's a number one way to show that off. And he shuts it down because I love the fantasy forecasting that the Wolf gives of, yeah, sure, we lose like millions upon millions of dollars, but also think of the world. Think of how if death is not a problem, death will be inevitable. Like the wars will be escalated to high. He's got a solid point. I mean,
was a very sobering thought. That was.
Fuck him, but he's not wrong. Okay,
right. And the writer who came up with that, I want to applaud them because that's exactly what will happen. That is the natural course of things to happen to some extent in human history. We are assholes to one another. Okay, if there is not a problem, we will find a problem. We will make that problem, and we will make it everybody else's problem. That is what we as human beings do.
That's like on Thanos level villain where you're like, I don't disagree with your ideology. Like, I'm not finding faults in it, but I'm still against it because I'm losing. But like, damn, Wolf, like, yeah, that would be if death is not a problem, war would be escalated to that nth degree. We've seen that with nuclear bombs.
Yeah, it would be a matter of like corruption and monopolization and discrimination and classism. Like there'd be a whole slew of other problems that we'd have to deal with if this mushroom hit the market and everybody's all healed. Then it's just like, oh, okay, well, if it does that,
then not only is it going to gut and rip open economies, but it's also going to screw up how humanity functions. And like, okay, I hear that.
I'm a distributor. If I'm a pharmaceutical company, it's just like, okay, well, how can I exploit it? And then next is, then how can I keep it? Like, how could I make it for cheaper? Then, like, how can I get around regulations? How can I make it in different forms? Like,
and then Frances finally gets kicked out of the company. Like, finally goes off, does her own thing, and is out for a hot second before Rick is like, woman, get in the car. And they're going to do something. I don't know what they're going to do, but to me, that's a sign that Rick's out. That he's no longer the lapdog of Ryuta. Francis is no longer out there. And then suddenly, the Wolf has the big C.
Well, no, you see, Rick's out because he's not buying into it anymore. Because remember, one of his things when he said is like, okay, we're going to get this My job's going to be stable. We're both going to make a lot of money, and a lot of people are going to get the help that they need.
Win-win. Everybody
now,
wins, right?
After that conversation, he realizes that he's not going to be able to do that. So, of course, he's out. And Frances was on her way out, because how could you be that naive in order to think that bringing that mushroom to a pharmaceutical company wouldn't cause a whole host of other problems that...
Literally the backbone of that entire company is we make tens of millions on people's problems.
Right. It's a risk for exposure that they may not want to take on. However, that being said, I'll be the first to admit I've been extremely hard on Frances these last few weeks.
Understandably.
Not to say that she did not deserve it. She did. But I will say that she handled herself very gracefully in this episode. The confrontation with Marshall, the whole firing situation, the whole getting motivated to go after a thing, even though, like, at the end she was crazed and obviously knew she was getting nowhere. But, just to see the pep in her step again, it was just like...
She's got a joie to be a little less for life now again.
I really like how they let her handle herself in front of Marshall. Like, listen, yes, I know I was an asshole. I know I did some asshole shit. So what? like you're back.
Look,
your Toro's here. I'm still your friend. And if you needed money, you would do the exact same thing. My mother was on the line, buddy.
Look, if you have a chance to have millions of dollars dropped in your lap and you think you could help people, would you not go for it? Or would you still go weird underground eco-terrorist off the grid? I'm like, well, you can always go to one. You can't always go to the other one. All right, so let's try out the millions first, see how that goes. Help your mom, maybe help some other people. Okay, that didn't work out. Cool. Here we go. Back to eco-terrorism, And so...
I mean, I have to give it to Frances. She was a big girl in this one. She pulled up her big girl panties and she held her own and she stood on her own.
She had her options. She tried to get best of all worlds. Didn't work out. And, but she still, you could tell she was angry relieved at seeing that Marshall was alive. Marshall was pure like, fuck you, Frances. But Frances at least was just like, oh my God, you're alive, but also screw you for judging me for the choices I made. This is the options that I had, okay? Like, I'm not the genius, like, mushroom grower here, okay? I'm just a girl who had this deck and the hand that I had to play.
Right. And that's the thing with being sick. Let's say you actually are fighting a medical condition. It weakens you. Okay, right. It weakens you, right? And so you are expected to just kind of lay down and take that. But you know that the more that you lay down and take it, then the faster the sickness comes upon you and there, blah, 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 blah. A cycle of things. It's the fighting back. It's the medications. It's the therapy. It's the exercise. It's the changing of the lifestyle. It's whatever you do to get yourself in a healthier space, mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually. Frances did that. She changed her mindset and she's like, no, you're not going to make me the villain in this. Even if I was the villain, I don't care. This is what it was for me. And this is why my perspective of the situation was important. Did I do the best? No. Did I snitch on you a few times? Yes. Was I the greatest friend at all corners? No, I was not. But ultimately, at the end of the day, I am your friend and I'm happy to see you free.
Like, out of the less than a handful of people that you can trust, I'm still technically in that hand.
Your turtle's alive, Amy. Like, look at you.
I ain't the best. I kept Socrates alive. Okay.
No, but I mean, like, I have to give it. Like, as an adult, that's like an adult friend that I would want to have. Like,
like, would I have made different choices than Frances? I mean, with the cards I had, hard to say, right?
I would hope so, but it's just in the times of conflict, it'll show you who you are and it'll show you who you really, who you're friends with. So,
like, this now has Breaking Bad vibes because now they have even bigger scale lab of like growing mushrooms. Hildy's here, and we got Hildy to deal with, and she's a firecracker, baby. She's a loose cannon. And we're going to see how she handles this.
She's unstable. She's just unstable with and motivated.
I don't know what her end game is. I don't know what Hildy wants. Like, I don't think you've ever picked up on that. If anybody out there picked up on that in the comment section, let us know. What did you pick up in Hildy's motivation other than she wants those shrooms, which she took one because she wanted to see that it worked, and it does work. And she's like, oh, we're growing these now. But why, Hildy? What do you want, Hildy?
I think she's that eco-terrorist that you were talking about before. She is that person.
You know what? She wants to destroy it. She wants what the wolf fears. She wants to just sweep the legs
Anarchy.
off of the entire economy of the world and just bring us back to brass tacks. And that's probably what her motivation is. And again, I'm not entirely against you, Hildy.
But I also want to give a shout out before we end this thing. I want to give a shout out to the FBI agents sitting there having that discussion at the horse race,
favorite
using
two
the horse
characters
race as an example and being like, let me just call it all the characters, giving us all the exposition, all the backstory, all the recap in such a smooth way.
And I love that. That is hands down the best. If I almost want to just rewatch those like 2-3 minutes of them explaining, here's how each one of these pieces correlate, and here we are. And that was beautifully done, and I honestly do feel like, just out of spite, the DEA agents are now on Marshall's side. You know, just out of like them being screwed.
They have to be. They're smart.
They have to be. What do they have? What do you want to keep supporting this system that's screwing you? I mean, the wolf is about to have a changeover because he's now fighting the big C, and then he's going to want those mushrooms back. He's going to have to fight. I want to see a fist fight between Hildy and the wolf. Please, in episode 9 or 10, give me a fight between Hildy and the wolf. I want it.
Oh, God. You just want to go off the rails.
I want two of the biggest villains with two completely different worldviews and motivations have at it.
Okay. Yeah, no.
But you know what? The biggest loser of this whole thing, Nick.
Oh, forget him. The audacity.
He's like, hey,
of that mediocrity to appear on this
man that does not know how to read the fucking room with your girlfriend.
He was done in Switzerland. Like, what are you doing
Nick,
there?
Nick, you've been out, okay? Don't try to like show up and be like, I'm in a suit now and I'm gonna propose to you. Like, read the room, bro. Have you even been there? What have you done since Switzerland?
She checked out like ages ago.
She left your ass in Switzerland, and then you're just gonna show up and be like, hey, sup, I'm gonna propose. It's different now because I'm in a suit. Like, no, man, I'm sorry. You're yesterday's turd sandwich. Like, she don't give a shit about you. She has moved so far past you right now.
Did the writers even write him into like attending her mother's funeral? I don't recall.
Again,
I'm gonna watch that.
I'm gonna say, if they didn't bring up Nick in this episode, I could have easily forgotten he existed in the show. I'm gonna say that right now.
I left him in Switzerland, dude.
All right, y'all. That is episode 8 of Common Side Effects. Let us know as you're hitting the like and subscribe on the way down. Thank you. Let us know what you thought about this episode, how this has progressed, the moments in this. Like, let us know. Like, because there's a lot in this, and it's been wonderfully built up. And at least we're beyond the fact of people dying right before the credits, but it's moving forward so quickly now. Where's this gonna go? Where is the arc gonna lead us to? This has been a wonderful trip. This is Critic Box. Thank you for watching us. We'll see you next time on episode 9 or some other clip that is on the right that YouTube is suggesting you to. And if it's Critic Box, it's good.